Good morning. How is everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to be doing the strawberry today. So I hope that you guys will grab your paints and your brushes and get going with me on this strawberry today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know that you guys will enjoy it. Let me show you the fruit that we've done so far in this series, because we are doing a series of summer fruit, and we have done 3 so far. So these are the 3 that we have completed right now. We've done the watermelon, we've done the blueberry, and we have done the pineapple. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Hey, Mom. How's it going? Thanks for the heart me's, you guys. Love, love, love it. I appreciate everybody checking in and hitting that fan club button and tapping the screen and sharing it out and all of the things. And I hope that you guys will join me and paint today. It is going to be super fun. We are going to do the, thank you for the cake. We are going to do the strawberry today, which is going to be so fun. I've been looking forward to doing the strawberry because I love strawberries. Matter of fact, I made a strawberry cheesecake sugar cookies this weekend. My grandkids loved them. They were so yummy. It was one of those things that ended up being a lot more trouble than I thought it was going to be, because I was just going to get that pre-made cheesecake mix from the store and they didn't have any, so I ended up making the cheesecake from scratch, the mix from scratch, and then I couldn't use strawberry filling from the store because my grandson can't have dye, so I had to make the strawberry filling from scratch. So I ended up making everything from scratch except for the sugar cookie itself. So it turned out taking me twice as long as I had planned, but it's fine. It was okay, and they were yummy, so it was worth it in the long run. All right, so we're going to be doing the strawberry today. So let me show you guys what that's going to look like. Okay, so here is the strawberry that we're going to be doing. Hopefully everybody has got their paints and everything ready. I've got to grab mine because they're here. We're going to be using the 96 color palette, and we are going to be using the Meeden paper along with the Meeden brushes and the golden maple brushes and all the things that we normally use. So we'll go through that and talk about it, and then we will get started. While everybody's getting their stuff together, we can talk about all the supplies we're going to need. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to have the same supplies as me. You can have whatever paper and brushes that you prefer as a watercolor person, artist, whatever you want to call yourself. It's hard for me to call myself an artist. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that word. But, so this is the paper that we're going to be using. We'll be using the Meeden watercolor paper. And I like to use the 5x7 size. This is a cold press 100% cotton. And I like the 5x7 size because I like that you can put it, oh, I don't know if I can do that. No, I can't zoom out, but I like that you can put all 4, you can get 4 ACEO sizes out of one sheet of this, and there's no waste. So you can see, hey, Stacy Lee, I'm feeling much better, but my husband woke up sick this morning, so he's got it now, which is not good. So you can get 4 ACEO sizes out of this one sheet of paper. So this block comes with 20 sheets, And so you will get 80 ACEO sizes out of it after you cut it. So I cut each of my sheets up into 4 2.5 by 3.5 sizes. And that is why I use the 5 by 7 size. They do have different sizes though. They have 4 by 3 size and they have a 9 by 12, I think, something like that. All of them are amazing and have this wonderful texture to it. You can see the texture on this and how beautiful it is. And you can see how vibrant and bright your art comes out on this paper. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite paper, and it's probably the only paper I use anymore. I mean, I rarely use any kind of other paper. Because I've just gotten so used to this paper and how it works and how it absorbs the paint and how bright it is and all the things that I've just kind of stopped using any other paper. I really, really love this paper. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Good morning. All right, so we are going to, excuse me, I'm still a little under the weather, so I apologize if I'm coughing and hacking throughout the live today. I'm trying not to, but and I'm drinking coffee to kind of keep my throat soothed, but it did give out on me yesterday. So, no, Stacey Lee, I can't. If you order out of my showcase, it doesn't tell me who orders. It just tells me that there was an order placed. That's it. So I can't tell if it was you, if you ordered or not. But if you get something in, and you need to return it, you have 30 days to return anything. So, I'm pretty sure, unless it's maybe a food item or something, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure most of the products, have a 30-day return policy on them on TikTok Shop. So once you get it, just send it back. I cannot, Stacey Lee, I cannot see that order. I'm sorry. They don't let me see that kind of stuff. They only let me see stuff in a live. So like on the live, if you place an order in my live, I can see who placed it and what you ordered, but that's the only time I can see it. Even once my live is over, I can't go back and look and see who ordered. It doesn't let me do that. The system doesn't allow me to. So, all right. So this is the Meeden paper. That's what we'll be using today. And then we will also be using the Meeden paints, which are right here. So this is the 96 color palette. They do make a 48 color palette as well. Either one, you cannot go wrong. This has a detachable mixing palette, and it has 30 different metallics, 12 macaroon colors, 6 neons, and then it's got your 48 primary and secondary colors. They're arranged in color families from lightest to darkest so that you can learn to shade really easily. They also go from colors top to bottom. And you get a pencil, a brush, an eraser, and 2 art sponges with this palette as well. Now, the 48 color palette is just simply, the difference in that is you only get 6 of these neons and you get 6 metallics. You don't get any macaroons. And then the rest are your secondary and primary colors. And it has the mixing palette up at the top as opposed to detachable like this one. But either way, they're both good. I started with the 48 color palette, and honestly, it's still one of my very favorite palettes that I have. As you can see, it is very well loved and used. So this is the 48 color palette. Either one of these is great. I kind of liked starting with the smaller palette because it taught me how to mix colors, because it didn't have as many color options. So I kind of had to learn how to mix and match, and that was really nice. But now that I have the 96 color palette, I absolutely love it, and it is absolutely my favorite palette. I've had this one for about 8 months now, and I had that other palette for over a year before I upgraded to this one. Thank you for the corn. I love it, Talia. It kind of looks a little bit like our pineapple. So that is the palette that we're going to be using today. We will also be using the Meeden brush set. And that Meeden brush set, they have a 4 brush set and they have a 9 brush set. I have the 4 brush set, and I have been totally and completely happy with this set. I haven't felt like I needed the 9 brush set. However, I will tell you that if you like more sizes than just these 4, then you'll want to get the 9 brush set. But you can use any brush with what we're going to do today. Don't feel like you have to have the stuff that I have to paint with us today, okay? You're going to learn either way. It doesn't matter. So just know that you can paint with whatever, whatever you have, okay? These brushes are very short, so you can control your strokes really easily. They are designed to reduce hand fatigue. They will not rust. The ferrule is very, very tight, so you're not going to get shedding. And they hold their shapes really well, and they hold a ton of water. So if you're looking to upgrade your art, these brushes will definitely do that. Thanks, Jamie. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks, Stacy Lee. How are you? I hope that you guys are wonderful today. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome. These hold their shapes really well, and they hold a ton of water, and they will upgrade your art really quickly. I was so surprised at how much better my art got when I got some decent brushes. So brushes do make a difference. This is a professional set that will not break the bank. It's not a professional price on these. So I really like that about them as well. They're not overpriced. So you get really good quality for a really good price. So I've linked those below if you're interested in grabbing some brushes. So those are the brushes we'll use for our normal painting. And then the other brush set that I'll be using today is going to be this Golden Maple Detail Brush set. Love, love, love this set. It's got 20 different brushes in it. They're all small detail brushes. You get flat brushes, you get liner brushes, you get round brushes, you get your fan brush and your angled brush. And you get this nice case to keep them in so that you don't lose any of them, which is really nice. And we'll be using those for all of our details. I usually use an 18 or a 20 out of this set. All right. So those are the basics. We'll also be using some waterproof pens. We will use some colored pencils, and I'll talk about those as we get to them. But for the most part, you just need basically a brush and paints and paper, and you'll need a pencil to draw out our image today. All right, so if everybody is ready to get started, then I'm going to pull my wood and get my washi tape out, and we are going to tape our stuff down. All right, so if everybody will give me a thumbs up or ready in the comments so I know that you guys are ready to get going on this, because I don't want to leave anyone behind. I didn't see that, Stacy Lee. I'll have to look at the end of... Well, hey, baby. I didn't know you were in here. So I didn't look, but when I get off of here, I will look at it and see it, because I can't look at it right now. Okay, Talia's ready. Carrie's ready. Evidently, my husband's ready. He's on the radio station right now on air, so he's just obviously killing time scrolling TikTok and came across my live. Stacy Lee is ready. All right, that's good. So go ahead and tape your paper down. We're giving it about 1/4 of an inch border on here. Thank you guys for the likes. Remember to tap the screen, share this live out to anybody that you think might want to join us. Repost it, all the things, because that helps us get to the FYP page and helps us to get more people in here to paint and have fun with us. And we want this community to be large and in charge and have some fun painting together. All right. Oh, thank you for the dolphin. How cute. I love it, Talia. Thanks so much. All those gifts are absolutely appreciated, guys. So thank you so much for the gifts that you guys give me. Okay. We are going to get going. Now, I told you guys yesterday that I was going to show y'all the pencil set, the new pencil set that I got. Here it is. I'm going to pin it below. It is the Nick Pro set. It's a little bit smaller than the set that I had before from a, standpoint of the case and everything. So it's easier to kind of, take it with me on the go. It's much, much smaller than my other set. And but it does come with all the sizes. It comes with the 0.5, it comes with the 0.7, and it comes with the 0.9. And then it also comes with your 3 2.0. So this is the very same. It's the same brand and company. The difference is it's just a little bit smaller, like, setup, which is kind of nice. You don't get a kneaded eraser with this set, but you do get 3 normal erasers, and you get all of your lead sizes and your lead hardnesses. So if you like the HB leads or the 2Bs or any of that stuff, you've got options on what kind of leads you can put in here, which is nice. Now I'm going to be using the 0.5 today, and you can see it's made out of really solid metal. It's got a nice grip on it, which I like down here. It's got like a rubber grip, and you still have your section right here that you can turn, and so it shows your lead. So like I have an HB lead in here right now, but if I change that lead, I can turn this and put it on whatever lead's in here, so I don't have to remember what lead I put in my pencil, which is really nice. So remember, if you want consistent line work when you're drawing, having a good mechanical pencil set is really important, because when you're using a regular pencil, as the lead gets shorter, it also gets wider. So your line work is going to be inconsistent. But with a mechanical pencil, the lead can get shorter, but it doesn't get wider. So your line work is very consistent. And if you want wider lines, you just change your pencil to a bigger pencil. So you would go to a 0.7 or a 0.9 or a 2.0. And so you can keep your line work really consistent when you're drawing with mechanical pencil. So that's why I like having a mechanical pencil set. All right. So we're going to get going. We're going to draw the strawberry. Let me show you a bigger version of it in case you guys want to get a screenshot of it. Hang on one second. Let me pull it up for y'all. All right. So here. Did it hurt hubby's feelings when you grabbed a... I was like, what? I'm confused. Okay, here is the strawberry that we will be doing today. Oh, a new set. No, it didn't hurt his feelings. No, he knew the reason that I got it was because they didn't offer the other one anymore for you guys, and I wanted to have one that I could, use and demonstrate for you guys in case y'all needed a set. So, but I still do use the other one, and my grandson was super excited because I gave it to him and I said, here, you can take this set and put it on your desk in case you need it. So he feels really cool now because he's got this nice little mechanical pencil set he can draw with, so which he does quite a bit. So here is the strawberry we're going to draw. So everybody take your screenshot now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. So now we are going to get moving on our drawing. I'm going to move y'all to the, thank you, Samantha. I am going to, I think it's cute too. We're going to do a really fun, have a fun time drawing it today. So I'm going to put you guys here so you guys can see as we draw and not be in, have at least a decent view. Okay. All right. So we're going to add to our fruit collection. So just so you know, this was the very first fruit that we did. We did the watermelon. Then we did the blueberry. And yesterday we did the pineapple. And now we're going to do the strawberry. All right. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to catch up on comments really quickly before I get going on this. Oh, get us to 30,000 today. Yay. Mama needs some cute earrings. Yeah. Let me show you guys. Let's see. I'll show you guys the earrings that I have. These are hand painted. They are laser cut with my laser, and everything on them has been touched by my own personal hands. So this is the set of earrings that will go out to the winner today. We have to hit 30,000 likes in order for me to do the giveaway. So y'all tap the screen as much as you can and think about it. And this is the pair that will be going to the winner of our giveaway today. Okay. All right. If we get to 30,000, hopefully we will. All right, let's go ahead and get going on our drawing. We're going to do our strawberry today. And our strawberry is going to be kind of shaped like a triangle. Remember, we draw in shape. So think about like how, if you look at the picture right here, you can kind of see it's like an upside down triangle right here. So that's kind of how we're going to do that. But the bottom of the triangle is kind of flat. Okay, so we're going to go out and around our corners and make our triangle. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's a strawberry. Remember, strawberries aren't perfect, but we want it to be kind of, I mean, obviously we want to be able to tell it's a strawberry. Okay, so there's my strawberry. I know that it's not perfectly symmetrical, but it doesn't have to be. I do want the edges to be a little bit more round on this side because it's kind of pointy. I don't want a pointed strawberry. I want a round strawberry, so I'm going to kind of bring that around a little bit like that. Okay. Now we are going to do our leaves. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and erase the very top of my strawberry so that my leaves can go in there. So we're going to start with the center leaves, and I'm going to just bring it down. So it's kind of like a little S and then a parenthesis. And then here, we're going to do a parenthesis to a point here, and we'll do kind of our little S there. Make those come together. We're going to go ahead and have our leaf come up here to a point. It's a little bit thinner, and have our stem come out right there. And again, we do an S and a parenthesis. And then from underneath that, we're going to do that same thing, S and then a parenthesis. Over here, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to go S and then parenthesis. And then we're going to just have one more coming up this way, S and parenthesis, just like that. S and parenthesis, just like that. Samantha, that's okay. I'm glad you're in here either way. I would much rather you be here and watch than not to be here at all. So even if you're not drawing with us. All right. So if you guys want to let me know if you guys are where I'm at. We are going to do the flower, but we will do that last like we did yesterday with the gel pens on the side. So don't worry about drawing out the flower right now. Okay. Amy, welcome in. Lupita, welcome in. You guys, I'm so glad you're here. Keith and Karen, welcome in. I'm not where you're at. I'm in Amarillo. You are, but you know what? You're in the state I'm in. Love it. Texans unite. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Carrie. We're going to wait on you. No worries. That's fine, Stacy Lee. Whenever you get the time, I would love to have one from you. Oh, Samantha, you're not far from me at all. I'm in Conroe all the time. Yeah, we go up there to go shopping. Well, we go to the Woodlands, which is, you know, obviously right up there, Conroe Woodlands area. So yeah, I'm not far from you. We're less than, I think it's like an hour and maybe 5 minutes or so from you guys. We're not far at all. We'll have to get together and paint sometime. That would be fun. All right. Oh, very cool. Very cool. At least get together and have some lunch sometime at one of the amazing restaurants down there. I'm in such a small town that we don't have any good restaurants here. So we loved going up that direction because we can eat out in some decent restaurants. Okay. All right, so we've got our strawberry done. So now let's go ahead. Hopefully everybody's caught up. You guys give me a ready in the comments or a thumbs up and let me know if, so I know that you're ready. Oh, really? I'll have to try that, Samantha. I haven't been there. Is that in downtown Conroe or is it on the loop there? All right, Kinder Kelly says, yep, she's caught up. Talia's ready. All right, living life in Oklahoma. Welcome in. I love it. I love Oklahoma too. Oh, it's near the courthouse. Okay, cool. I'll have to go there. Definitely. I spent a lot of time in Conroe many years ago during a trial. They had a unaliving trial there for a man who unalived my aunt, and I was in my mid-30s, I guess, and I had to go there every single day to the courthouse there for like 6 weeks straight for that trial. And we ate at a lot of different places there then, but I don't know if it might have, I mean, it's been so long ago, I couldn't remember if that was one of the places or if it's even been there that long. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our eyes on. Although we can go through these. You know, we did our eye yesterday like this. This is with the eyes drawn ahead of time. And this is with the eyes drawn afterwards. They both look fine. And it's kind of a lot more trouble to do it beforehand. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the eyes afterwards. Hey, Ginger. How's it going? Yay. Y'all be safe while you're driving. Okay, yeah, Samantha, that was a long time ago, so it probably wasn't there by then. Back then. So we'll try it the next time we're there, though, for sure. Okay, so I think we'll wait on the eyes until we get the color on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the background first. And let's get our kneaded eraser and just lighten up some of these lines that we've already drawn out, just so that we don't have super dark lines that we have to contend with. So let's go ahead and super dark lines that we have to contend with. So let's go ahead and we have our light lines there to guide us. And let's go ahead and take our number 5 medium brush. Let me see right here. All right. So here is the medium brush, and I will go ahead and put some, or sorry, go ahead and put some water on the page. So this is for our background. We're going to go ahead and dip into the blue and just kind of add that where you want it. Doesn't have to be perfect because it can be splotchy. That's fine. And go ahead and grab a paper towel or use your art sponge that's in your palette if you want. Dry off your brush and then pick it up. I want it to kind of be splotchy today, so I'm going to pick it up in splotches like this, as opposed to swiping, but I am going to swipe the parts that are over my strawberry so that those come up really well. But these, I'm going to just make them splotchy. All right. And we'll dry that. We'll do the ground after we get the strawberry done. But we want to have the sky already done, so. So we're going to dry that. All right. Now, let's go ahead and put the color on our strawberry. So switch your brushes over to your Meeden #1 brush. So that's going to be your smallest size brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick out our reds and pinks that we're going to use. I think I'm going to use this second section of the palette right here that's got, I just don't know. Let me pull out a sample paper and see what I like. I want to see which one of these, like that's a good, this one right here is a good strawberry color. And this one probably will be, this one right here is a good strawberry color. And this one probably will be, I think. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay. So we will be using those two colors, which are right here. And those are our, let's see, deep magenta and plum purple. Those are the two colors we're going to use for the strawberry. Okay. So pick whatever palette that you have. Hi, Tressa. How are you? Go ahead and pick out whatever color you want for your strawberry. And we're going to start with a very light coat. So remember, we're not going for super dark here. Okay, we want it to be fairly light. And we're going to fill that in. So that we have a base coat. Just remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be adding in shadows and everything. It doesn't have to be all exactly the same color. You can have some variations as you redip your brush and all that stuff. We do want to keep this wet. So if it's starting to dry, go ahead and add some water to it, because as we do our shadowing, we're going to want water because we want it to be able to kind of blend on its own. Okay. I don't know what I've gotten on my paper here. Not sure what that is. Oh well. My grounding color will cover that up, hopefully. All right, so here we are. We've got a wet strawberry. Now, we're going to want to do our shadowing on the left side and right up underneath all of the leaves. So I'm going to put my brush, my #1 brush down, and I'm going to add I'm going to start using my detail brushes. These are the golden maple brushes, and I'm going to be using the 12 today. So it's a round and it's a very short brush. And I'm going to dip into my red and that same color, but I'm just going to make it much more concentrated. And I'm going to kind of add that in the areas where I want the shadows on the left side. Now, don't do much to it. Let the water do the work for you. You just drop the pigment. The water will automatically do the work for you when you drop the pigment in. So it'll kind of spread on its own. And then go ahead and dip into your plum purple and add that in as well. Okay, now rinse your brush so that you have nice clean water and just kind of soften the edges around the blending. No need to do much to it other than just soften your edges. Okay, now we want to make that same kind of shadow up underneath the leaves. So just kind of drop in your pigment under the leaves so that you've got that shadow. And then do the same thing. Add in your magenta or your plum purple, sorry. And then rinse your brush again. Okay, so you have a clean brush and you're just gonna soften those edges and kind of bring those in. So you're gonna have kind of a lighter area in the center right here. And I think I want to have a little bit darker. I want this darkness right here to come out a little further. So I'm going to add a little bit more pigment in right here in that area of both of those colors. And once I've done that, I'm going to rinse my brush again so that I have a light, like a clear water on my brush. And I'm just going to spread that out to soften up those edges. Again, keeping that center lighter than the rest of the strawberry. Okay, just like that. Now, right here in the center, we want just a little bit of like an orange red. So I'm going to reach up into my palette and get the color. I'm going to get this rust red color right here. And I'm going to use that right in the very, very center. Just because we want it to have just a little bit of this orange. I don't want to put too much because I still want it to be lighter there. So I'm just going to drop it in and take some clear water and kind of spread that around. So we kind of have that like little orange section. Not really orange, but an orange red. I have a hair that has fallen into my piece of strawberry. Hang on, guys. I can't stand it when I have hair in my stuff. There we go. All right. Sorry. Okay. So now we have kind of, I don't know if you guys can kind of see that orange look that we have right here. You just want to make sure that that has, it's not overpowering, but it is definitely, we definitely want it to be there. We want it to kind of blend into the pink. Okay, so like that. All right, so there's our strawberry. Let's go ahead and dry that and see what it looks like. How are we doing on our likes? We're at 22,000, guys. If we get to 30,000, we're going to do a giveaway. So tap the screen, share this out, repost, all the things. And let's get to that 30,000. We're 4 away in our fan club right here from the goal today. We wanted to get 10 of these heart me's. So if you guys have come in and you haven't hit that heart button right there with the fan club and you want to do that, please do so and help us reach that goal. Talia. Oh, goodness. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Now let's do, let's move on to the leaves. We'll go ahead and stick with our, golden maple detail brush for the leaves. And I believe I want to use the apple green and the grass green for this. So we'll use these 2 greens, which are this bottom section of our palette. Let me spray these really quickly. All right. Okay, so dump your water. You want to have clear water to start with this. You don't want to have any pink in your leaves. So make sure that you get your water dumped and you have clear water. And everybody let me know with a everybody let me know with a thumbs up or a ready in the comments that you're ready to move on to the next step. We are currently right here where the strawberry base is finished. And we want to move on to the leaves. So let me know. Kinder Kelly's ready. Talia's ready. Just want to make sure Carrie's ready. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and do a light coat for the leaves. Remember, we're going to make sure this is watered down pretty good because we don't want it to be super dark. Okay. And we're going to go in with our green and fill in our leaves. I use a lot of water because I want this to be a light green because I want to be able to darken up the shadowed areas and I want it to be very noticeable. So I do a light base coat. So that means I use a ton of water so that my pigment is not too dark. You can always, and you can always pick up color too in watercolor, but it's easier to add in color than it is to take away color. So I prefer to start light and then go in later with the dark if I need to. So that's why I use so much water. See, like that wasn't enough. So I'm going to add some more to it and then spread that. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect as far as the color. Again, we're going to add in some shadows, so it's not going to really matter if it's dark here and light there or whatever, but you want it to be light enough that you can add in your shadows fairly easy. Okay. All right. Okay, so there are the leaves. Sorry, was I out of screen? Here are the leaves. Now we're going to go in with this darker green right here. And we're going to start adding in some shadows. And we're going to want to make sure that these are wet. So make sure before you put any color down that the leaves are wet enough that you've got the ability to let that your pigment will flow. If it's not wet, it'll just be a blob. Okay, so you're going to put it at the very base of your leaf, and you're going to let it kind of work its way up. Then you're going to rinse your brush and use kind of a dry brush to blend that up into your other leaf. And you can use that to also outline. We're going to do this very similar to how we did the pineapple yesterday. Okay, remember we did the shadowing on all of the leaves in the pineapple yesterday. So make sure you have a wet area to add your pigment. Let it do its own thing and then just soften that blend with a dry, clear brush. Okay. Let's go ahead and dry that up before we move on to the next one. And let's wet this one right here. Remember, the pigment's going to follow the water. So as long as you keep the water where you want it to be, then the pigment will be fine. Okay, rinse your brush and go ahead and just soften that up where we need it to be softened. Then right here, rinse your brush, soften it up. And let's dry that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this dark color and we're going to now define out these. We don't want it to be too much, but we're going to define out these edges. So that you can kind of tell the difference. And you can even put in some veins if you want to, just very subtle. So what I'm doing is I'm dipping into here and getting lots of pigment. Then I'm dipping into my water to get lots of water. And then I'm tapping it to my paper towel to take the excess off. And that's going to give me a much more subtle outline than something super, super dark. And then I'm using a very, very light touch as I go along here to give it the outline and the veins. Like that. Okay. All right, rinse your brush. Let's give it some more water in this brush right here. Or in, not brush, sorry, in this leaf. And let's grab some of that green and drop in our pigment. Rinse your brush. And then just lightly soften that shadow. Okay. Again, right here, add some water. Uh-oh, I need to dry that. Sorry, I should have dried that first. Go ahead and dry that leaf before you move on to the next one. And now add some water right here on this leaf. And take your green, drop it in right here. Rinse your brush. You have a clean brush, a clean dry brush, and just soften out that shadow. Okay. Dry it. Clear water. Let's see, right here. Add in your green. All we're doing is kind of separating out those leaves now so they don't all look like one big clump on top of our strawberry. Okay. I love, love, love these detail brushes because they are so easy to do this kind of stuff with. When you're doing detail work, these brushes work perfectly for that. They're designed for miniatures. So like they're designed for like dollhouse furniture and model cars and things like that. But they work perfectly for watercolor as well and for gouache. If you like gouache painting, they're great for that too. So I really, really like these brushes a lot. When I got them, I didn't think I was going to use them that much. But as soon as the very first time I ever used them, I was like, oh, I'm going to be addicted to these. And I use them every single day now. All right, once you get that kind of lined out, then go ahead and dry it. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing we just did with this section right here. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to dip into this green and we're going to get lots of pigment on our brush. Then we're going to dip into our water right here. Just dip and get some on our brush. And then we are going to tap our paper towel to get some of that color off. So it's going to be very subtle. And we're going to do our outline. If it's still too dark, dip in your water again. And it'll lighten up. And then I'm going to add some veins in this. Oh, we are so close. We're at 24,000, guys. If we get to 30,000, we're going to do that giveaway. All right, so now we have our veins in there, and we have our outlines done, and we have our shadows done. If you think that you need more shadowing somewhere, just add in a little more water and add in a little more pigment. Rinse your brush and soften the lines. Okay. Now right here, I want to darken the tip of that stem just a little bit. And I want to darken the left side, but not too much. This is where these detail brushes really shine, because you can see how that kind of darkened up that side. All right. Okay. So now we have that done. What do you guys think? Let me know where you're at. Give me a thumbs up. You're ready. So now we have that done. What do you guys think? Let me know where you're at. Give me a thumbs up. You're ready. Give us some likes and some shares and some reposts and all the things. Would be great. Thanks, SM. All right, Talia's ready. Good. Hopefully we are getting to that point where we can start moving to the detail work. All right, Kinder Kelly says she's ready. Perfect. All right, it's time to do the eyes. All right, so let me fix this angle a little bit. All right, so in order to do the eyes, we're going to shift over to our ZSCM and Lango brushes. So not brushes, but pins. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So our Lango Lango acrylic pins, they come with 90 in this set. And let me just pull that up because I don't know that I put them in here. Just a minute. Here they are. Let me move them for you. All right, so these are the acrylic pins. It's a 96 color set. And they are retractable. And they have a teeny tiny tip, as you can see. So they have this 0.7, which is a small tip. So for detail work and gel pens, these are the best ones that I have. And I love these. I've had them a long time, but I just recently moved them off the shelf and into my meet and drawer set so that I can access them easier. So I've been using them a lot lately. But my favorite gel pen of all times are my ZSCMs, and I will be using those as well. I'm going to be using the black ZSCM. These sets come with this little slot right here for you to put a swatch card down in it, so it looks like this. so you can see exactly what color the pen is before you even start writing with it. So I love this swatch card design. It's so genius. And these are also retractable, so no lid. But they have a bigger tip on them, which is why I use both sets. So the ZSCM set, I use these for the larger sections, and I use the Lango for the smaller detail work stuff. So just so you guys know. The black and the white come in the 100 color set of the ZSCM pens. And let me tell you something. If you don't have the ZSCM pens, then you are missing out, because they are an absolutely incredible set. I'm going to pin them below so you guys can see it. They are amazing, and I love them so much. And I'm going to just show them to you really quickly, because I want you guys to see how they come. So let me just raise y'all up for a second so I can get this under here and show you guys. This is the set, and so you can see like how beautiful this set is. So they do come with glitters, and then they also come with your regular pens. So these are your neons, these are your primaries, you also get pastels, and you get macaroon colors, along with 2 sections of glitter and metallics, which is really, really nice. And they come with this nice leather case so that you can take them on the go if you want, keep them all together so you don't lose them, all the things. So that is the ZSCM 100 color set that I use every day without fail. I use it all the time. They're my very favorite glitter pen set at all. I mean, they're literally my favorite set. However, these, for certain things, are slowly becoming one of my go-to sets. So, yay, we hit 30,000, guys. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway right now. I'm going to set it up for you guys. These earrings right here are hand painted with watercolors with this watercolor set. They're sealed. They're laser cut with my laser, put together with my own hands. So everything is on these are handmade. And I will be giving this set to someone, one lucky winner today. So if you would like to be part of that, then I am currently going to set up this giveaway for you guys. And hang on, let me get it set up. And we will be doing that. So you're going to have to follow me, and you're going to have to watch me for 5 minutes. Doing that. So you're going to have to follow me, and you're going to have to watch me for 5 minutes. Hang on, my computer's running slow, you guys. So give me just 1 second. So these are the earrings that we'll be giving away. And if you look right up here in this left-hand corner, you're going to see a bag pop up right there, that pink bag. If you click it, it will get you entered into the drawing. So be sure that you click the bag and enter the drawing so that you can be part of that and hopefully win. We're going to have one lucky winner. Hang on 1 second. I'm just setting this up, making sure it's set the right way. So all right. Okay, so now while that is going, we are going to move on to our, you rig it to where you win them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start using these pens. We're going to use the ZSCM Black first. So what I am going to do is I am going to find my, hang on, where's my practice sheet that I was playing around with a while ago? I don't know what happened to it. Here it is. I always like to scribble with this first before I start on my art with it, just to make sure. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, we have the ZSCM pulled up, and all right, so we're going to do our eyes. All right, so we're going to go with one right here. We're going to just make a big circle for our eye here, and we're going to do one here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have the black section, the blue section, and the white section. So I'm going to start with the white. So I'm going to switch over now to the Lango pen, which is going to be the white. And it's going to be the one with the small tip. Okay. And I'm going to draw in my white eye section. Oh, you know what? I need to write with this. It had some dried ink on it. All right. So we're going to go like this. Now, these Lango pens have this upgraded ink so they can layer really well. I really like that. They're an acrylic paint that's coming out. So it's got good coverage. And you want to make sure that's coming out. So it's got good coverage. And you want to make sure it's dry before you move on. So I'm going to go ahead and dry the paint. And then I'm going to move on to the blue part of the eyes. With my blue Lango. Okay. And then we're going to go back to our ZSCM black. And we're going to fill in the rest. You could use your Lango black too, but it's just quicker if you use a bigger tip. I shift back and forth all the time on the pens that I use because the tips matter. So like if I have a bigger tip pen and I need a bigger area covered, I'm going to switch to the big tip. Because it's just, I'm about working smarter, not harder. Okay. All right. So now we have that. Let me fill in this a little bit more. There was some red showing. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take our, let's let this dry. Thanks, Sarah. All right, now once that's dry, I'm going to shift to my black Lango pen because I need a small tip. So we're going to switch to that. If I can get it out of here. And we're going to do the mouth. Okay, so we're going to do our smile. We're going to do our eyebrows. And we're going to do our eyelashes. And I like to do the base of my eyelashes a little bit thicker than the tips. Okay. So, hey Rhonda, how's it going? Glad you're here. How are you today? Annie, welcome in. Christina, welcome in. Janet, welcome in. So glad you guys are here. All right. So now we have the details done. What we're going to do next is we are going to start putting in our seeds. Okay. And we're going to use our Lango. And we're just going to kind of dot where we feel like our seeds need to go. And I'm not doing an actual dot. I'm kind of doing an up and down, but it's a little one. Kind of like a little vertical dash. And all different kind of sizes. And I don't want to go into the face too much, but I will do a few small little. But I'm going to spread them out a lot more in the face. They're not going to be so dense. Okay. Now we're going to do that same thing with the white. We're going to go kind of near those dots. Not all of them. And we're going to make these much less, like much smaller and less noticeable. I'm kind of following alongside the black ones so that they kind of look like highlights. Okay. All right. Now, time to pull out the Grabby waterproof pens. I'm going to use my 0003 because I need a small, teeny tiny waterproof pen. Okay. So this is going to be the one that I'm going to be using. Oh, y'all can't see that. Here. There we go. 003. Okay, so it's a teeny tiny little tip. Okay. And we are going to... All right, so we've got 4 minutes, guys. It looks like we've got 4 minutes left, or almost 5 minutes left on our giveaway. I just want to remind everybody, if you have not gotten into it, this is what we will be giving away today. Handmade earrings, hand painted. All right. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did with our pineapple yesterday. We're just going to kind of make those edges kind of along our strawberry. And then just some highlights or low lights or whatever you want to call them with the black. I'm not doing a ton. I'm just kind of going in a couple places and just giving it kind of some edging. Okay, just like that. And I don't think we're going to need our colored pencils today. I think this looks really nice without it, but we are going to need to put in a bottom. So go back, shift back to today. I think this looks really nice without it, but we are going to need to put in a bottom. So go back, shift back to and get clean water. Hey, Lauren, how are you? How have you been? I haven't seen you in so long. My goodness. Lauren, how's your baking business going? I want to know all the details. Okay. So we're going to go ahead now and add in our water underneath here for our ground. Yay. How's your baking business going, Lauren? I miss seeing your beautiful face. We need to get together and have some lunch or something soon and catch up. Y'all, Lauren is my cousin. If you don't follow her, you should. And she has a baking business. And she also, my husband married her and her husband. Trying to reorient some life. I get that. I totally get that. My husband was the officiant at her and her husband's wedding. I was blessed enough to be able to read some scripture at her wedding as well and say a prayer over them and their marriage. So I haven't seen her in so long. I want us to get together and have some lunch. Oh, you work in Kingwood. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. Okay. Well, I definitely will be reaching out then. All right, so we're just putting some browns in here and kind of just blending those. Actually, I'm just adding water and letting them kind of do their own thing, guys, because you know the water, the pigment knows what to do. We don't have to do it for them, right? Put in a little bit of green here and there and then let that kind of do its thing. Just add some water and let it kind of flow. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we have this nice ground to sit on. I'm going to dry that up and then we'll add some grass in. I love you too, Lauren. Thank you. It was good to talk to you. I'll message you. We'll go to lunch. I had a lot of water on here, so it's taking a little while for this to dry. Okay, so now we have that. Now what I'm going to do is, because I don't really like the way that this looks, I'm going to go ahead and get out my colored pencils and do a shaded ground on this. So I'm going to pull my browns. So just so you guys know, this is the Color colored pencil set. It comes with 240 pencils in it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you from here. This is where mine are. It comes in a case, but I've shifted mine to my meet-in drawers. Okay, so you get all of these colors with this set. And again, it's 240 colors. So it's perfect for doing any kind of shading or anything like that. So I'm going to take my browns and I'm going to pull them out, and we are going to pick our brown colors for the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a very, very dark color first, which is going to be this dark brown. I'm going to go to one that's a little bit less than that, which is going to be this burnt umber. Actually, that's probably not quite close enough. That we probably need to go with something a little lighter than that. Maybe this. We'll go with the coffee next. Then we're going to go with chocolate. Then, nope. Then we're going to go with apricot yellow. Okay, so these are going to be the ones that I'm going to use for the ground. Kimmy, I use a cold press. And honestly, I have not used a rough or a hot press very much. What I can tell you is that if you're using like a gouache or paint or an ink, then the rough and the hot press are going to be a little bit better for those. For watercolor, I prefer the cold press, but I'm not a classically trained artist, so I'm not one of those people who knows a ton about supplies. I just know what I like. This is the paper I use as far as my watercolor stuff goes, and it is the Meeden paper, and it is the 100% cold press cotton. I will tell you that 100% cotton is what I prefer. If I find paper that is not 100% cotton, it tends to peel up if you put too much water on it. So I do use that paper, but for other purposes, usually not watercolor, for like alcohol markers and things like that. This is the 5x7 size, and the reason I get the 5x7 size is because I do ACEOs. So when you're doing an ACEO, you want to have room to, like, you can get 4 of this size, like this, out of this one sheet of paper. And there's no waste. So I like the 5x7 size. But if you don't do this size, then size would depend on what you want. But I love the texture of this too. So even though it's not a rough paper, it does have a really nice texture to it. And it absorbs really well, and you get really bright colors. So I prefer a cold press, 100% cotton for watercolor. Now, if I'm using a gouache, then I can use a hot press or a rough, and it's not that big of a deal. But I still use cold press mostly for everything, just because that's what I keep on hand most of the time. I rarely will purchase a hot press or a rough. So hopefully that helps. So very excited and grateful. Thank you so much. You got a happy congratulations message? Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We have our thing. So, okay. Sorry, I forgot about our giveaway. I was like, what? Congratulations. Ginger, you won it. Yay. How exciting. So Ginger is our winner for the earrings. I'm so excited for you, Ginger. Yay. I want you're going to have to DM me your mailing address. You're going to have to DM me your mailing address. Good. Sorry, I accidentally hit the wrong button on my phone. I got so excited for you, Ginger, that I hit the wrong button on my phone. You will need to message me your mailing information. So let me, hang on. Let me see if I can find, I want to make sure I'm following you, because if you message me and I'm not following you, I don't always get them. So I want to make sure that I'm following you. Okay, yes. I just followed you back. I didn't realize I wasn't following you, Ginger. I don't know why I wasn't. That's weird. So anyway, you are now safe to go ahead and send me a message with all your mailing information, and I will send that in the mail to you. Jody, I have yours. You had the giraffes, right? Yes, I pulled them out. Remember, I told you I was going to have to hunt them down. I actually went in yesterday and hunted them down, and these are the giraffes that I had. So those are going to go out to you this week too. So yeah. It just took me a while to find them. I had to go in the back and search through everything to find the giraffes. So you will get those out, the ones for today, and then your giraffes. And also Samantha had gotten the wrong one. She actually got the giraffes that I was supposed to send you. And so I had to pull some ice cream ones for her. And so those are going to go out to her this week as well. So I got mixed up and I sent her the wrong ones. So it was a big mess. Sometimes that happens. I don't always, I'm neurodivergent, so I tend to make mistakes like that. So I apologize. Okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so these are the browns that we're going to be using for our ground. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the darkest color, and I'm going to go right up underneath my strawberry and give it a shadow. Okay, then I'm going to take the second darkest color and I'm going to go over the top of this, and then I'm going to bring it down a little bit further. Okay, and out a little bit wider. Then I'm going to take my next darkest color and I'm going to go over both of those. And I'm going to come down even out further and down further. Okay, then I'm going to take my lightest color. I'm going to go over all of those and go all the way out and down. Okay, and now I'm going to go back in with my darkest color. Actually, I'm going to pick a darker color because I want this to be super dark right up underneath here, so that it's got that shadow. Okay, so I chose the umber gray for that. And now I'm going to take my darkest color and kind of blend that out. So we have that shadow. Okay. Now let's get some flowers. I'm going to take a pink acrylic marker. These are the shuttle art. And I'm just going to kind of give myself some little pink dots. Okay. And then we're going to add some grass. Okay, so go ahead and get your detail brush again. Your golden maple detail brush. Kimmy, thank you for that purchase. You're going to like that paper. I think you're going to really be surprised at how much it'll level up your art. It's beautiful paper. And it really did change my art. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our green. And let's go ahead and get some grass in here. I'm just going to do some light grass strokes. I like to kind of do these from like drag up like this. It makes it easier for me. Okay, so we just have some nice patches of grass. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some little patches of green along the dirt. So that it doesn't look like a barren wasteland that this strawberry is sitting on. Okay. All right, now let's make a splotchy little sky. So go ahead and grab your number 1 medium brush again. Some of your blue. Lots of water. We don't want it to be too dark. We want this to be very, very light. Kind of make it a little splotchy. Okay. And dry that, and then we will do some splatters. Oh, well, you know what? We need to put a flower on him. Forgot about the flower. Let's do that. All right, so let's do, what color do we want the flower to be? Do we want to go with white and a yellow center? Or do we want to go with another color? I think white with a yellow center will look good. Thank you, Jody. Yeah, I think white will look good too, SM. All right, here we go. So I'm using my Lingo pens because these layer really, really well. They have the upgraded ink in them. So they'll layer really, really good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and what kind of flower do we want to put on him? Let me look and see what he's got. Okay. So let's go ahead and just make kind of a pointy leaf like this. Pointy, pointy. Okay. And we're going to fill that in. Again, this is acrylic paint that are in these pens, so they cover really well, which is why I choose to not draw the flower, but instead go over it directly with these pens and just cover up. It just makes it easier. You don't have to work around things when you're painting. Thank you, Carol. Yep, I've improved quite a bit. Again, I attribute it to daily practice, and also there's a couple books that I've gotten that have really improved my drawings. All right, so there's the flower. Let's let that dry. Okay, and here's where the layering comes in. We're going to layer this yellow on top. Except that that's not very bright. I think I want to do a darker color in the middle. Let's do an orange and see. Sorry guys, I got to take the tip off of this. I haven't used this color yet. Yeah, that's better. But notice I have 3 layers now right here. I have the white, I have the yellow, and now I have the orange. And you see how clear that is? There's no streaking or anything. And it's because these pens they have an upgraded ink system, or not system, but an upgraded ink in them that makes them really good for layering. So if you'd like, and they have the 0.7 tips, so they're little, and they come with 90 different colors in this set, which I think is amazing. And let me show you the colors just because I want you to be able to see them. So here are some of the colors in this set. And then you also get all of these. And then you get all of these. So you get lots of color options with this set. And they are retractable. So there's no lid that you have to keep up with, which I think is, like, that for me is a huge seller. I never can keep up with my lids, so I hate, I love having a retractable pen available, which is really nice. Okay, I'm going to go back to my 003 and just give this flower an outline. Okay, and there is our drawing for today. Oh, we got to splatter it. Let's get our splatter ready. All right, I'm going to use a small detail brush for splatter. I'm going to use the 18 out of the Golden Maple set because I don't want a bunch of, like, heavy splatters, okay? And I'm going to use that same red that we used at the beginning. All right, let's dry it. And peel that tape so we can see. Love it. All right. So there's our strawberry. Yay. I love, love, love it. So that is the 4th fruit in this series. Okay, so we did the watermelon. We did the blueberry. We did the pineapple yesterday. And today we did the strawberry. I think it turned out pretty cute. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty impressed. I love, love, love it. I think it was great. I had so much fun today with you guys. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback in the comments and let me know what you guys think of today's tutorial. Yeah. All right. Okay, so if anybody has any questions about any of the things that we did today, any of the techniques that we used, or any of the stuff, any of the supplies that we used. Thanks, Talia. I think it turned out really good. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably try to do a little bit earlier session. I have a doctor's appointment at 1:30 tomorrow, but I have to be there at 1, which means I have to leave here by 12:30, which means I need to come on early. So, thanks, Ginger. You're so welcome. Yes, I'm going to try to do something, Jody, in the next couple of lives. We're going to try to do a Mother's Day. I've been looking up some stuff to kind of get some ideas. So I will let you guys know when I decide on that. So I'm going to shoot for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Give or take a few minutes, but probably 10 a.m. And that gives me plenty of time to get our tutorial done tomorrow before we move on to, before I have to get out of here and get to the doctor. Okay? So instead of 11 a.m. tomorrow, it will be 10 a.m. And on Thursday, it's going to be in evening time because I'm going to have my grandkids tomorrow night. So tomorrow night or tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those are my next 2 lives. So if you guys want to paint with me either one of those days, that is the time that I will be coming on for art tutorials. Now, I come on live sometimes for coloring. I also do some other product lives throughout, like different products that I've gotten from companies and do live selling those. But the art tutorials that I do will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those are the art tutorial lives that I have scheduled. Okay? So put that on your calendars, mark them, grab your supplies, and we will do some more fun painting tutorials then. All right? Any questions other than that? Any other questions on any of the products that we used today? Everyone, thank you for your purchases that you made today. I appreciate that. And if you have any questions or you need any art supplies, please support my showcase. And if there's something that you want and it's not in my showcase, if you let me know, I will be happy to add it to my showcase for you. All right. So thank you guys so much for everything. Kelly, you're so welcome. Again, last time before I hop off of here, I will be on tomorrow these are for art tutorials. If I'm live any other time, it's going to be for something totally different. So just so you know, if I'm on for my art tutorials tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those are my next 2 art tutorial lives that are scheduled. All right. Okay, thank you so much for the follow, Femi in the Fray. I will be following you back right now. Thank you so much. Talia, we are going to be doing the, let me see which one we're going to do tomorrow. Hang on, let me find it. We'll probably do the orange tomorrow. Is it an orange or a lemon? What do y'all think? Y'all think that's an orange or a lemon? I think it's an orange. But we'll probably do the orange tomorrow and then the cherry. And then I'm going to try to come up with a peach also. I'm going to get a peach one for us to do. Okay, so that's the one we'll do tomorrow, is the orange. All right. Oh, I did. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much for reminding me about that. I did. I forgot the white dots. Let me put the eyes. That makes makes a big difference, you guys. It really does. I need to use my ZSCM white one for this because it's heavier. There we go. Much better. Thank you so much, Carrie, for reminding me about that. All right. Oh my gosh. It's so funny you say cool beans. I say that all the time, Talia. We are so much alike. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for our next watercolor tutorial. Once again, if you see me on live any other time, it's not for a tutorial, so don't panic and think you've missed something. Also, if you would like, and you've missed any of my lives, you can find them on my Tube of You. All right, so don't panic. You can find them on my Tube of You. Uh-oh. I got too small. And you can find that on my TikTok page. Okay. Mary, the brushes that we use daily on here for regular watercolor painting are these Meeden brushes. They are absolutely amazing. Love, love, love them. And they are short, so you can control your strokes really easily. And they are also designed to reduce hand fatigue. So if you paint for a long time like I do, they're really good for that. They don't rust. They don't shed. The ferrule is super tight, so you're not going to get any shedding with these. And they hold a ton of water, and they hold their shapes really, really well. So they're a good professional brush set, but they don't have a professional price attached to them. They're very, very reasonable when it comes to price. So, oh, 50,000. Thanks, Talia. So they have a really good price point on them for a professional brush set. So if you're looking for like a professional brush set that's not going to break the bank, then this is a really nice set to have because, you know, you can pay upwards of $40 or $50 for one brush, but for these brushes, you're going to pay under $30 for all four of them. And they also have a 9 brush set. So if you like to have more than just 4 sizes, then you can do the 9 brush set, and that will also work. So, you know, you've got options there. So I hope that helps. I have linked them right down here. If you want to click that link, it's got all the information on them. But these are my very favorite brushes of all time. Like, I use these brushes every single time. They're my go-to. So, and they're a really, really good set. I cannot recommend these enough. They're wonderful. Now, from a detail standpoint, I use the Golden Maple brush set, which is this detail brush. But for a regular standard brush set, the Meeden ones are perfect. So awesome, Mary. Thank you so much. I'll stay on here because that price right now now is a live flash sale price. So I'll stay on until you check out. That way it won't jump up. It'll jump up to that $29.95 price if I hop off. So I'll let you check out before I hop off of here. So you can save that extra, you know, $8 or whatever it is. And anybody else who's looking for a good brush set, if y'all want to take advantage of that flash sale while I'm on here, please do so, because I'm telling you, these brushes are great. Like, I love, love, love these brushes. They leveled my art up too really well. Like, from the moment that I got them and started using them, it was almost like my art just improved just from the brushes. I had no idea how much of a difference a good brush set can make. So Mary, thank you so much for that purchase. I know that you are going to love those brushes. You are going to absolutely love them. And so I can't wait. When you get them in, you'll have to tell me how much you love them when you get them in, because I know you're going to fall in love with them. They work really, really well. All right, guys. So if anybody has any other questions, pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to hop off of here. Again, I will see you guys tomorrow for our next art tutorial at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. And everybody who made a purchase, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Everybody who dropped in gifts for me today, I appreciate all the gifts that you guys gave me. They make such a huge difference for my lives, and they really do support and help me to get out there to the FYP. So the more you guys engage in my lives, the better off they are. So I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you guys who come on here every day and paint with me and join me. And those of you who have just joined us today, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you'll join us again. All right. The other ones that you also, those are the golden maple brushes. Let me put those up for you. These are a great detail brush set. You are not going to go wrong with this set. It comes with 20 different detail brushes. So you get your flat brushes, you get your liner brushes, you get your round brushes, you get your fan brush, your angled brush, and in all different sizes. Plus you get a case to keep them all in so that you don't have to worry about losing them. All right. Look at you, Talia. Your fingers have got to be tired. Oh no. I hate that, Mary. Is it something you can send back? I hate that. Well, these are a great detail brush set. I love this set, and I use it. I use these as much as I use these. These are my two go-to sets. Now, I have a ton of brushes, but as far as like, you know, the brushes that I use daily, these are my daily brushes right here. These are what I use for pretty much any of my watercolors, my gouache, anything like that. So if you are looking for a good everyday set that's, you know, I mean, I have my specialty brushes too. Like I have these Famui brushes for doing like florals and things, but like I don't use these that often. Like I use these maybe 3 or 4 times a month, but the brushes that I use daily are the Meeden set and this detail brush set from Golden Maple. Those are my two sets that are like my daily go-to sets. There is rarely a day that goes by that I don't use these two sets. So if you're looking for something you're going to use regularly, then yes. This and this. So, and I've pinned those below for you as well. Unfortunately, they're not on sale. They gave me some flash sale codes a couple weeks back, but they haven't sent me any more, so I don't have any left. Yeah, see, I'm like that too, Mary. I have a specific like brush that I use that I'm in love with, that I use all the time, which is this one. And then I have a specific detail brush that I use pretty much all the time, which is this one. But I also, as you can see, I've used all of these brushes in the set for different things. So, but for the most part, these two sets are the best ones. So good, good. Yeah, you'll like them. You're gonna like those brushes, I promise. I haven't had hardly anybody. Well, I've had nobody who bought them and told me they didn't like them. Like everybody I know that has them loves them. So absolutely, I appreciate you purchasing them. Thank you so much. I do. I appreciate you supporting my showcase. All right. Any other questions before I hop off of here? 10 more minutes. We'll get you 60,000. You're so crazy, Talia. Thank you for tapping. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it so much. All right. So one more time. These are the fruits that we have done so far. And we will be doing the orange tomorrow. The orange slice tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Oh, and thank you for that purchase of those golden maple brushes. You're going to love those too. And just remember, if you decide, if you do get them and you don't like them, I think there's like a 30-day return on all of the stuff for TikTok Shop, if I remember correctly. So you should be able to, if you decide you don't like them. But I haven't had anybody not like either one of those sets yet. So I doubt you're going to dislike them. I just can't imagine that you won't just fall in love with them. So, all right, tomorrow we'll do tomorrow we're going to do the orange slice at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursday, I'll be on at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for an evening tutorial. Any other time I'm on will be for other products, so don't worry about it. You're not missing a tutorial. Those are the 2 times that I'll be on for art tutorials. All right, 10 a.m. tomorrow Central Standard Time. Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anything else will be other products. All right, guys? All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later. Bye.